Older and Dumber. Hey, everybody, welcome to Older and Dumber, the podcast about two dumb friends. Wait a minute. Three dumb friends.
I thought he couldn't count.
We are dumb.
Three dumb friends just trying to make it on this planet we call
Earth.
And we are...
Carter hasn't gotten it in weeks.
I know.
We are joined by wonderful editor and great not dumb friend, May.
Still dumb.
May,
It's me.
Say hi.
Hello.
Tell him more.
My car broke down.
Anything else you want to share?
We played D&D.
Okay.
I got my car again.
Oh.
Ate hot pot.
Yeah, we did.
Hot pot connoisseur.
Ooh.
I could have went for about 3 more rounds.
I could have maybe done one more. I don't know if I could have done 3 more.
I could have done 3.
Guess we'll never know.
Damn.
I guess we'll never know.
It's always the skinny ones.
Well, with May joining us today, we have decided to do a topic that might be a little familiar to people, but today we are asking May questions about her TTRPG experience, because we don't really get to talk with May about D&D and rolling the dice and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, we finish up the game. She's like, okay, bye.
Yep, every
Hangs
time.
up.
It's not
We
every time.
never get to have like deep conversations about
Here's the thing. It's already 11
role
p.m.
playing.
Hunter's already talked for 20 minutes afterwards. And like he'll be like, "What'd you think?" And we're like, "It was good. We kind of just want to go to bed or play something." And then he'll be like, "Yeah, but what did you really think? What did you think? What did you feel? Did you like this character I made?" And so
Here, you get to ask the questions.
No, you set yourself up for that.
Wow. Well, guess what? Now you're trapped and you have to answer these kind of questions. So
Okay.
get ready. Anyway, so we're talking about May's TTRPG experiences, and before we get started into the questions,
Are we gonna weigh in on these questions as
Yeah,
well?
I think we can. Yeah, I think she answers first, and then we can sort of
Okay.
answer our own after that. But the first thing I'd like to ask you, May, we would like to ask you, May, is have you had fun?
I knew he was going to ask that because he asks that every day at the end of the session in our 30-minute rant. Yeah, I'm having fun. Last night, I think I had the most fun in recent because there was a lot of good surprises. And then we were close enough where the riffing was really riffing. You know?
It's easier to like banter and stuff
In
when we're
person.
in
Yeah.
person because we're not like stepping over each other on Discord.
Yeah, you Discord where we all start talking and then we'll stop and then wait our turn. But it felt a lot more natural. And last night's session was pretty nuts. So if you haven't seen it, what are you doing?
Wednesday nights on Twitch at 8:00.
That was great. I like that. Cool. Well, that wasn't exactly what I was asking, but it came out well. I meant like in general, have you had fun playing? But
Oh, yeah.
From the
Fun,
early
fun.
days, from the Meala days all the way up to the Moss days.
Yeah. I mean, when I moved, this was we're never going to talk again unless we play D&D once a week, which ended up being a lie because we all still talk every day anyway. So I guess I don't really have to play D&D anymore.
So she chooses to, is what you're saying. So the first question on here is, what drew you to try tabletop role-playing games in the first place?
I just said that.
Right, so that was how we forced you in. But like,
Pay
tell us
attention.
about. All right, mother. Tell us about the beginning. Like, what? Like, obviously, I was like, you have to play this so we can still stay friends.
That's
But
exactly
like,
what happened.
what made you be like, okay, yeah, I'll go ahead. Like, sure. Like, you
Because you
could
were
have
like,
said no.
he guilted
You didn't
me.
have
he
to
fully
say yes.
guilted me. He was like, we'll never see you again. We'll never talk again. We'll never play games again unless we all play D&D.
I
once a
wasn't
week.
wrong. We played D&D and we still see each other. So I'm just saying.
I guess.
You didn't talk at all about D&D before he forced you into playing
No.
D&D. I heard that he used to
She had a
ask you
choice.
about the campaign at the shop.
Oh yeah, he would. He would do character designs and then he would make maps and I'd be like, yeah, this is cool. That sounds fun. I learned about your big emotional moment before it happened. That was cool. And I watched Dimension 20, and I think I was watching Critical Role at that time, but I didn't have an interest to do it myself because I feel like I don't have that range, and it's hard for me to roleplay and stuff like that, which is why in this campaign I mixed a lot of the character with myself, so it feels like I'm not roleplaying as much. It feels a little bit more natural. But the interest was there. I just wasn't sure if I wanted to play. And at first it was weird, and I felt weird doing it. And that's why I didn't put a lot of effort into anything when it came to Miala. Hunter pretty much wrote all of that for me.
So that brings up a great next question, which is, was there, or when was that moment early on where you felt like, oh shit, I get it now? Like, what was happening in that scene or session? Like, when did that happen? When you were like, oh shit, okay.
I don't think it was like a particular scene or session. It was more when I started doing things on my own. Not the character sheets. I'll never do a character sheet on my own. None of it makes sense to me. I can't figure out how to fucking do anything.
I think after like 4 or 5, you might finally get it.
Nope, I won't. I'll always have you do it for me.
D&D Beyond does it for you. You just
Nope,
put the
Hunter
number.
does
Really
it for me.
I clicked through the whole thing with her. I said, what do you want? Okay.
Yeah. But it was more when I started taking control of my own narrative when I was writing Moss. I felt a lot more involved, and I felt a lot more connected to the character. And then I was like, this is actually pretty fun. I'm excited for this. I'm excited for what comes out of this. And I want to see how that character grows and stuff like that. So I think being connected to the character for me was
when that happened. I realized I forgot to ask us the first and second question, so we can do the first and second question now. Joey, what drew you to try tabletop role-playing games in the first place?
I used to hang out in the local comic shop all the time, and I played a lot of card games and stuff there. And I would see the RPG books on the shelf, and a lot of the guys that played the card games were also playing the different RPGs and telling stories about it. It's like, damn, that sounds fun. I want to try. And that's basically the whole sort of what got me in. It's just being in the environment, being, down at the local hobby shop and hearing about it. Back when people did that.
Back when people
in a pre-COVID world.
Had to be next to each other to experience things. Yeah, I remember that. For me, I remember very early on in my childhoodness, I was playing KOTOR a lot, and I thought, man, I want to make a KOTOR. So I got all my friends together in a basement for my birthday, and I wrote my own like KOTOR and had them play in it as characters. It was awful. It was my first earliest dungeon master iteration of a thing that I created. And I was just like, KOTOR rules? And that was the very first like instant of it. Didn't touch it again until I finally met Joey, and he was like, oh yeah, I do this Pathfinder thing with Jesse, and he's the greatest man ever, and I can't remember his name now.
Duffy.
Thank you. And Duffy. And I was like, can I try that? And that session, Jesse jumped into the water, and he was covered in heavy stuff and like drowned. If I remember.
Yeah.
Dead?
I think he ended up taking didn't he take everything off underwater and then lose all that stuff?
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah. And that's when I got into it, and I was like, damn, this shit's kind of fun. And then just kept going from there. And then we played Mass Effect. And that's a whole other story. And then the second question for us, Joey, was when did it click of like, holy shit, I get this?
So I was when I first started doing it, like, main character syndrome. And when I finally broke that mold, I think it was like my third or fourth character, when I was finally able to be like, you know what, I'm going to set back and let the people who've played the game play the game. And I'm just going to like fill a role, and I'm going to play a driver, and I'm going to drive. Like, I think the Jason Statham movie had just come out.
Oh,
and Transporter? I'm like, yeah. And I'm like, I'm just going to stay at the car, and I'm going to move these fuckers around. And it like, that character sort of grew. Like, his whole backstory was like, he was a disgraced NASCAR driver.
I like it.
And like, I just sort of played him like a fucking redneck. And that was my first like opening up to really just being like a goofy sort of side comical character.
Was that the first Raise Hail Praise Dale?
It was. No, Sam came up with Raise Hail Praise Dale. So
that's the best. I love that.
yeah, that character definitely would have raised hell, praise Dale.
For me, because mine's a little bit different, because I've really, like, I started, the only time I was a character was for that little Pathfinder thing. I played one session. It was the only time I was a character in it. And I was like,
an air cocker.
I was a bird, and I hate
Jonathan.
I hate bird characters, and that was funny that my first ever was bird. I played one session, but from that point on, I only wanted to DM. Like, I only wanted to DM, so I just DM'd, and it didn't feel like anything clicked until we played Mass Effect. When we played Mass Effect, that's when I felt like story clicked for me. I was like, oh dang, and we just kind of went going from that.
Yeah, it was very much a like flip the script too, because like up to that point I had been playing those like side characters, and we got in with a bunch of people who had never played before, and I was like, shit, I'm gonna have to take the
You're
lead.
the experienced guy. You gotta be, yeah. Danak was awesome. But yeah, so Mass Effect is when it clicked for me DM wise. As for a player, because I've done a couple of players since then.
Is Kevin here? Yep, there's feet.
Oh, he's here. Look at that. How'd he get in?
Damn, I don't know. Maybe I had another key.
Maybe. Anyway, so as for player wise, I had a couple of characters for a while since we've been playing together. But I don't feel like being a player clicked for me yet until Jyrek. I think Jyrek was probably my character where I finally was like, oh shit, I know how I want to play as a player. And I was like this samurai orc guy. And I was a baby drifted down in a little down the river. I was abandoned, and then these elves took me in. It was cool. Yeah. All right, so third question. Here we go. Oh, nope, it's gone forever. No more questions. Third question.
Thanks for joining us on the Older and Dumber podcast.
When you create, now this might be more for Moss than Mellia, but answer both.
That's my name.
Miala, my bad. You did this. When you created your first character, what parts of yourself, intentionally or not, made it into them?
Most of them. I mean, Moss has emotion regulation issues, which derives specifically from me growing up. But she's a lot
crazy.
What? I know.
It drives him crazy.
It makes him so mad.
Oh yeah.
But she's very innocent, and I think that I never had that. Like, I was not as aloof and silly, and I like to play that because it's very fun, and it truly does drive Carter nuts. He hates that he's traveling around with two teenagers.
Yeah, it's really good. What about Miala? Do you feel like any of yourself went into Miala? I have one thing I can say, but I'll wait till you answer.
No, tell me.
It's the just putting your headphones on.
Yeah.
Leaving everyone alone.
And also, I anagrammed my name, so that made it in there.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Anything else about that?
No.
No? Okay. Joey, when you created your first character, what parts of yourself intentionally or not made it in there?
I think my love for like 80s action movies really spilled over into my first character, and I was like, I'm going to be everything that I've consumed. That was my little street ganger Viper.
Nice.
Yeah.
My first character, Erlich Dagthrower, just being a short goblin, that was me. I can put that in there.
Short goblin.
And not wanting to go into the woods. That was how Erlich was me. For sure. I don't know if any of me went into Jyrek. Maybe. I don't know. I can't tell. Unless you think so.
I mean, he only ate miso soup.
He did only eat miso soup.
I would do that.
But Erlich Dagthrower, I'm short and I didn't want to go in the woods. All right, number 4. Have you ever surprised yourself while playing? Maybe reacted emotionally or made a choice you didn't expect?
I surprise myself every time we play.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I think it's more not in the roles really, like that we play, but more in like the dice rolls. Because I have the world's shittiest luck. I definitely, out of all of us, I roll the worst. If we averaged them all out, I wish we like set a counter for each of us. I would definitely be last.
Oh,
I think you guys,
David,
don't think?
David's got you beat.
No, David himself rolls fine, but when he rolls for Obi, that's where he
awful.
fucking
So
sucks.
bad.
But I think David himself, we're neck and neck, or I'm worse. But like when it clicked for me, and when I like the most exciting part of this entire campaign for me was when I rolled that natural 20 when we were sailing in the competition.
Oh,
Holy fuck, the crowd went. We all went crazy.
yeah, that's pretty wild.
Yeah.
Was there any time that you made a decision that surprised yourself? Like maybe you didn't, or something that maybe you reacted to emotionally?
No,
No.
maybe not.
The thing that came to mind was when at the end of Starfinder, when you
Oh.
went out into space to
Yeah.
go get to go save
Lacey.
Lacey.
Yeah. That made Carter Do I just
Viscerally
play
angry.
my characters to make Carter angry? Who's to say?
You didn't make him angry all campaign though. It was only that one thing.
I think morally, and we will fight about this until the day we die,
Sure.
it was the right thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
I would say so.
Yeah.
Joey? Actually, real quick, and there was a second part to that. Did that moment teach you anything about yourself?
It taught me that I don't have to play to please everyone.
Nice. Okay, go.
I find myself going against the grain more and more as I go, and I don't know if it
I heard him. Just go.
if it's
Oh, he says I'm here. Let me in. I thought he got in. You
I
said
saw,
you saw
feet in here.
You have headphones on, Joey. You didn't. You saw feet?
I saw feet in here.
Do you think he locked himself out on accident or something?
Maybe. There were feet.
We'll ask him.
In sneakers. I saw them.
You saw them.
I need to see his sneakers now.
See if they're the same sneakers. We're wasting time.
I need to see his sneakers. That is not his sneakers. That is not his sneak. There was a person in here with sneakers on.
there couldn't have been.
I saw sneakers.
You didn't come in earlier?
You saw sneakers like under here?
Yeah.
That's weird.
There's a ghost in here,
I
bro.
wasn't here earlier.
I'm not even fucking with you. When I looked you in the eyes and I said, Kevin's here, I see sneakers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember that. Someone came in here.
Someone was in here.
That's weird. Did you hear the door close or anything?
We definitely heard the bump.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Weird. I wonder if it was Mike.
Could have been.
Could have been.
I feel like he would have
Said something.
Poked his head in.
said it.
What's going on, guys?
Look for his sneakers.
That's scary.
I'm serious.
I'm honestly freaked out. We gotta hurry up.
Kevin to his fate.
Yeah, leave Kevin here to his fate. So, Joey, continue. Like, I thought he was reacting to your grain thing, and he was at the door. Like, that's...
I saw sneakers in here.
replay that moment when you saw
someone
the
with
sneakers right now.
is here.
spooky. And I don't know if it's more like I'm trying to play off the story from just becoming an old curmudgeonous man, or if I have a different moral compass than I did, and I'm trying to play to the morals of my characters more, but I don't know what it is. But I've recently, or maybe I'm just, a bad person and I want things to fail by going against the grain. But whatever it is, that's the thing that I've noticed the most.
That's surprising yourself, you're
Yeah.
saying? When have you ever reacted emotionally or made a choice you didn't expect?
I don't know. One time my DM killed my dog and played a sad song.
I knew that was gonna happen before it did.
Yeah. He crushed everyone in the whole group.
Yeah, that was
He's like,
pretty-
watch this music video now.
It might be my crowning achievement.
Was the music video happier?
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah. Yep. That's the song I use. That's the
And then he was watch this YouTube compilation of dogs dying.
That I didn't do. Don't let him. I didn't do that. What did that moment or those moments teach you about yourself, if at all?
I think I explained that.
You like dogs.
Yeah.
There you go. All right, that's fine. Have I ever surprised myself while playing or reacted emotionally? Made a choice I didn't expect. Well, again, I mostly DM rather than play, but
What about DM choices?
that's okay. I would definitely say that there's a lot of times where I've made a choice that has how there have been times where I've said something of how something an outcome goes, and I think it's going to be okay with everybody, and it's not. And that happens a lot sometimes. Not a lot. I don't want to say a lot, like every single freaking day. But it does happen sometimes where I'm like, oh yeah, this is like, people are going to be okay with this. They're going to want this. I do it, and everyone's like, oh my gosh, that was horrible. That's the worst. And of course, the most recent thing of that is when Joey murdered that person.
Say it.
Your home campaign?
Yeah. Joey recently made a choice that caused the death of a young person.
Nice.
But then to come to find out, it wasn't. So that's the thing, is the whole point of the session was supposed to be like really dark, and I was like, oh yeah, people are gonna be like, holy shit, Hunter, I can't believe you. But it was more, it gave Joey depression and was like, oh my God, how could you have me do something so horrible? I'm like, well, I asked you twice, and like all these things. And we went back and forth a lot, it was tired, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, dude, please just give it one more session. Please just give it one more session. I can't do it, Hunter. No one can come back from that. No one can come back from that. And then we did it. And then he came back from it because it wasn't actually a kid. It was like a clay monster thing. And
did
then
you
everyone ended up
change
being
that
okay.
because of
No,
the
that
reaction
100%.
he
No,
gave
I
you?
didn't. I can show
He's
you
like,
my
this
notes.
guy's gonna quit the campaign.
I can
gotta
show
change
you
this.
my notes. It from the beginning was that it wasn't him, but I 100% was supposed to be intentionally making them think it was. Like,
Yeah.
and when he did it, I was like, oh no,
Yeah.
oh shit. Like I remember I was like, it was big. And but Joey took it the hardest because of course he was the person who did it. Everyone else didn't actually take it that hard. Like they were like, oh man, I just thought maybe he made an oopsie. Like they didn't really think anything of it. But Joey was like eating himself up about it. What did that teach me about myself? Maybe I should go a little less hard. That's about what I think I may have learned. But that was a tough one, but I'm really glad it. Please, Joey, one more. Just do one more, please.
He changed it.
Bro, no, I didn't. I can show you my notes. Joey was like, dude, I can't play. I either can't play anymore because I can't look my friends in the eyes after what I did, or I have to change my character, and even that's gonna be tough for me, Hunter. Like, I was like, dude, please just play one more session, please. All right, question number 5. What's been the most vulnerable you've ever felt at the table, good or bad?
I don't know. I think I felt the most vulnerable listening to Rah Rah cry in the street during that whole chase scene. That was tough.
During the chase scene, not after when she did her performance.
No. The
chase
performance,
scene.
I was like, you're being a bit dramatic. Shit happens.
Damn.
The chase scene was a lot. It hit harder. Because
Wow.
it was like in the moment, things were happening, and it was like we need to figure this out and move. Whereas like the performance, it was like, yeah, shit happens. You'll do better next time. The stakes didn't feel high in terms of, but the stakes were obviously very high for you because you wanted to do great. But I think the first scene emotionally was more impactful.
Wow. Any other times you can think of?
Nope.
Okay. Joey?
Rara's definitely had a bunch of those vulnerable moments, I think, as a character. And then one time my DM made me kill a kid. That was pretty bad.
And then changed the entire story so you would stay.
I know what I did. I know the true story. I don't need these guys' vindication.
Yeah, and those are both recent characters, so maybe I've grown as a player. But
Oh.
I would say both recent events with Jelly and then the few events with Rah Rah throughout so far. Pushing through her flashback sequence too was a big one, I think.
Campaign 1, Krathia 1. 1.5, sorry. Joey had made a character named Soul. And she was an elf from the Runesbach Empire, ended up in a prisoner of war camp and all this stuff. And near the end of the campaign of 1.5, they went to Runesbach to look for help to change their driver back into a bear, or no, back into
Back
a person,
from a bear.
back from a bear into a person. And they went to Runesbach and found Runesbach in all this disarray and essentially falling apart. Like it was riots in the street, like all these things. But the noble families were still like high in power, and Soul came from a noble family. And this might be one of the top most vulnerable, like emotional I felt like being it, because we were in person for this one too. And they had all sat down for dinner at Soul's parents' house. And Soul had a pretty good relationship with her sisters ish. Even her brother and your mom, there was that bit of like, you went and she still loved you, blah, blah, blah. But then there was the relationship with you and your dad. And that was like, it was very like, there was very heated between the two of them. And I remember playing out that scene and like, I'm having to play this like father who's like, how dare you could have done these things? Like, where have you been? Blah, blah, blah. And why didn't you come home? And like, you're just a disgrace. And like, I've kind of felt bad sort of yelling at Joey and like, cause I'm talking to Soul, right? But I'm talking to Joey, and I'm saying these things and I'm like having to like start like being, like I'm being mean. Right. And then it comes up that she had been like in the war and ended up somewhere, and he notices her ear. And it's something that's known across Coralthia that if an elf has the tip of their ear cut off, that they were a prisoner of war and seen as property. Sorry, not property, slave, labor work, whatever, blah, blah. And he notices it. And I mentioned, he notices it, but you just hear your father start to, it's no longer about you. It's about little things. Like, you used to keep your socks on the floor. You never cleaned up after yourself. But while and I'm like starting to yell these like different things, of, you never cleaned up after yourself. You always left your shoes outside. You never picked your balls up. You never picked your toys up. But I'm crying. Like I'm crying and yelling these things out at Joey. And it felt like really real for me because like I felt like I was my dad or yelling at me. I just said her name. You should bleep that. Like yelling at me. And I was like, holy fuck, why do I feel this right now? And I'm yelling at it.
Well, yeah, because I was fucking firing back during that whole thing, too.
Yeah. It was the back and forth. But yeah, I was like crying. I was like, oh my gosh, I don't know if I'm looking like a little bitch right now or if this is actually emotional for everybody. But yeah, so I think that was probably the most emotional or vulnerable I felt at the table, and I felt very exposed. Yeah, I'd say it's maybe the most for now. Yeah. All right. Is there a moment in game that felt oddly healing or cathartic for you?
Healing or cathartic?
Something you were able to express or process through your character.
I don't think I'm there yet.
No? Nothing?
No.
Okay.
Maybe when Ra hugged Moss the first time.
The ribbon.
What did that help you express?
The ribbon too. It was more like she felt very isolated, and then when she left into this big world, she made friends pretty immediately, which was cool. But yeah, I think the ribbon was... I started tearing up when I was reading the ribbon, for sure.
We got her. America, we got him.
We got him. I saw sneakers under that thing. There's a ghost here.
Because we don't have a lot of time left, I just want to fire these out at me. Yeah. Have you ever used your character to say or do something you'd never dare to in real life? What was that like?
Not yet.
Nothing?
I don't think so.
What do you think TTRPGs are teaching you about relationships with others or with yourself?
Oh my god, I'm bad at both.
It's teaching you that you're bad at both?
I'm bad at both.
Has the table changed you in any way about how you see people or handle conflict, stress, or emotion?
I think it's reversed. Like at the table, we are always fighting. We are constantly bickering, constantly yelling at each other, constantly trying to force other people to make different decisions.
Okay.
And then I'm like, guys, are we really friends?
Holy shit.
And then the second we leave the table, it's like nothing fucking happened. And I'm like, oh, it's just table stuff. We're all getting heated.
So you don't feel like it's made you any different in like your outside life?
No.
No?
I think it scared me a little.
Holy shit. All right.
I'm like, damn, we're not even friends anymore.
Well, then this is a great next question. Was there ever a time when you felt like you didn't belong at the table? What helped or what would have helped you
I
feel
think-
more included?
Most of the entire first campaign, especially because I didn't know what I was doing.
Okay.
I wasn't, in the beginning especially, I wasn't making my own decisions. I was just kind of like, yeah, sure, I'll follow whatever. And I just didn't feel comfortable role-playing or doing any of that. So I was like, what am I really doing here? But then, like, towards the middle, when all the shit started going down and I started to kind of come out of my shell and I was actually making my own decisions, and then that final moment where I made the ultimate decision,
Yeah.
God, that's, yeah.
Do you think someone who has just experienced being a new player recently
Mhm.
that there could have been anything in the beginning that would have helped?
No, I think it was totally all me in here.
Hmm.
Because you helped me every step of the way. Like, you helped me with the backstory. You did my character sheet.
You heard it here, DMs. Do the character sheet. Anyway.
And, like, everyone was very supportive, and it was nothing to do with you guys. I just was like, this is very strange for me, and I don't know how I feel about it.
Are you glad that you stuck it out?
Yeah, of course. If I didn't, we would never have spoken to each other again,
again.
or ever
Yeah,
played
yeah.
games again.
What helped or what? Yeah. All right, we're good on that one.
I mean,
We're
I
good.
think for as like unengaged as you felt like you were in campaign 1, I feel like I connected with Miala more than I connected with the experienced players at the table.
Mhm.
So
That brought it up. So that middle part you're talking about, what part was that? I think I have a guess, but
I think it was when we were in the, what was the word? We were in the catharsis, and like the kids were being stolen.
I love the
Presidium.
Presidium. That was
Yeah.
such a good arc.
Yeah.
the Presidium. Cool. I figured too. That's probably where
Was
it
that your guess?
Yeah, it was my
Yeah.
guess. Yeah, it was the Presidium. I felt the Presidium was where everything sort of
Yeah.
started really like picking up or whatever.
Yeah.
That's when Joey had his first almost death as race.
Yeah.
That was wild. All right, last question. What would you say to your past self, the version of you who hadn't yet tried TTRPGs?
Yeah, it's really fucking nerdy. But it is fun. It's very fun. And I think I would tell my past self to just enjoy it and make your own decisions, because that's when I feel the most like I'm having the most fun, when I'm
When you
like,
make a decision.
I'm doing this, and then everyone's like, are you sure? You are like, are you sure?
You sure?
I'm like, I'm doing it. It's fun. And also, like, that connection I have with my character now, and like being more involved and really writing stuff out for it, was helpful for me to engage in the campaign itself when we're talking, but also helpful in like getting excited about what we're gonna do.
Is there anything else you would have wished that your past self knew about the magic waiting for them?
Magic wait. I don't think so.
The creating your character thing.
Yeah.
That's what really got you into more feeling like you're like, oh, like I can't wait to do. What made you want to write a backstory for Moss?
I
Like,
think-
why were you like, man, I need to do this?
Well, I think you were talking about this world, Karathi itself, and I was like, that's cool. I should make an involved character. I think I was driving home from Delaware, so it was like a 7-hour drive for me, and I was like, how can I make this character super fun to play? How can I make this character something I want to enjoy playing for however long this campaign is? And then I started thinking about like the shows I was watching. I think I was watching Dota at the time, which it's actually good. Don't let them whisper in your ear. I think I was watching I might have been watching Vox Machina. But I was like, how do I make my characters badass, but impactful, emotional? And I was like, well, I could write a story. I took plenty of screenwriting classes that I'll never do again. $60,000 education, baby.
Now you have to start using it for everything we do. You're going to start doing screenwriting for
Maybe.
our shorts, everything.
But yeah, pretty much that entire car ride was me building my character.
Do you find yourself stuck in what you wrote, or do you feel like you're able to change or add stuff?
I think it was specific in ways I wanted it to be specific, but it was vague enough where I could grow as a character.
Nice. Well, I think that's all we have time for, honestly. But if I could, last thing is if I could have told my younger self, don't let that basement party ruin it for you. Learn more. You shouldn't have stopped. Learn more. Shouldn't have waited so long.
You
to learn
didn't
more.
stop.
Well, I took too, like, from that point, I didn't touch this stuff again for years. Like, it was like,
Hard, yeah.
oh yeah, it wasn't for another like 5 years when I finally met Joey that I was like, whoa, wait a minute, this is that thing I did. So I would tell myself, don't stop, keep learning.
It's, kind of what I would say. I'd be like, you don't have to be in the spotlight to take a step back, learn from others, observe.
I like it. Thank you guys for joining us for Older and Dumber, the podcast about 3 role players just trying to make it in this world we call
Earth.
Damn, I really thought you guys were going to say Coralthia.
I thought about it, but I wanted to be in sync. I read his mind, and he wasn't going to do it.
You guys are fantastic, and a big thank you to our sponsor, Checkpoint Gaming Lounge. And May, what should they do?
You should ring our bell, but also you should come play the VR and cook some. Play cooking
Make
simulator.
a sandwich.
I love
I
that.
did make a sandwich.
Bye, guys.
Put the video here, man.
There's a video.
Uh-huh.
Oh no.
Potato.
A potato? Like a sliced potato or a full potato?
No, it's a full potato.
Did it let you do that?
Yeah. And a little olive on top.
With a toothpick?
It looks pretty sandwich. Put it on the plate. Ring the bell. He loved it.
Hey there, dipshits. It's me, Joey, a.k.a. Slooty Mage.
I'm Hunter, voice of Hunter Taylor.
And I'm Carter, Eagle Eagle. We're
Older and Dumber.
Every Friday, we drop wisdom, humor, and a whole lot of nonsense. You won't want to miss it.
Become a patron today for as low as $5 a month. Get early access to all our episodes and exclusive behind-the-scenes looks at all the things we're doing and May's super secret editing notes.
Shout out to all our awesome dipshits. Your support really helps keep this madness going.
Join the crew, be a dipshit. It's an exclusive club, and you're invited.
So dipshits, mark your calendar every Friday for a dose of Older and Dumber craziness. See you there.
Fade to black. Now my stand. Fade to black.